Now today I'm lucky enough, and I mean very lucky, to be able to get on my 750R and get out on the open road. It looks like a beautiful day. It's going to get hotter and hotter as the day goes by. There's a 50-50 chance of rain, but there always is a 50-50 chance of rain. Now looking back over this restoration, and I had owned this bike several years before I restored it, so I knew I wanted to put my heart and soul into it. I had used it as a track bike for 3, maybe 4 years, I'm not sure. I had every possible thing about this bike I liked. It handled light, it was easy to maintain, and really didn't even use a lot of gas as a side benefit, so I was determined to restore it. And you can watch this video on 4K. Just adjust your device like it shows in this little graphic, and let's get on to the ride. So I have come to learn the hard way. You're not to ever put a lot of time into a bike you haven't had a year or two of riding. In this case, I had several years of riding before I did this restoration, because it's a commitment for me of about 500 hours and a whole winter of work and probably a couple of hundred videos. It's a lot of work. I can always understand when somebody says, I don't have the time, I don't have the energy, I don't have this or that, a place to work. But the good news for me is I have all of the above. And putting in the energy and the time, it was so worth it. And I knew when I was done with the restoration, what I'd have was a keeper bike, a bike that really handled well, that performed well on the track, and to top it all off, I had a spare bike, just in case I needed parts. Now, it's funny how you can get on a strange motorcycle you've never ridden before, especially if the first time you're riding it is on a racetrack, and you fall in love with it right away. And I like to liken it to like you meet a woman, like I met Karen. I fell in love with her right away. There was no ifs, ands, or buts. Now, I fell in love with the first one of the two that I have, and I've never even for a minute questioned the time or the energy I spent doing this restoration. And thank you to John Pothier, who came up with all the graphic decals that we have on this bike, especially that custom logo at the back of the seat. That was just one labor of love in this restoration. Now, the beauty of having two bikes, I have two sets of wheels, of course, and I can change them in a relatively short amount of time. It makes the tire changing very convenient, and also gives you a little bit of the evil twin look when you swap the rims. Now, the video I made polishing this swing arm is one of the most popular videos out on my channel, with really an incredible amount of hits. Now, a nice thing about this bike is this is in an era, this is an 89 bike. The factories hadn't figured out how to make bikes uncomfortable and not that much fun to ride. They were still concerned with the fact that no matter how sporty a bike is, it still has to be comfortable. You have to be able to enjoy the ride, and you have to get some decent mileage, and this bike checks all those boxes, every one. Now I have the extra set of wheels painted green, so when I swap out the wheels or I do a tire change, it makes the whole bike feel like I have a new bike. It's like that little evil twin thing, just by swapping out the wheels and tires. And there's a lot of carbon fiber unique work. The whole back of that seat is a one-of-a-kind custom piece that I made. There's a lot of little parts that you don't really see up under the front by the headlight, where the headlight used to be. And all those carbon fiber parts are on the channel. Now I have several different mufflers for the bike, and I have 2 exhaust systems, and I've kind of settled on riding in this area I ride. The Muzzy is growly enough, and yet you can get through the populated areas. One more very memorable day on the Ninja, but then every day is. That's just unbelievable. For a bike this age, how much fun this is to ride, and to listen to that wonderful Muzzy muffler. Now, each restoration that I've done, from the RD to every single one of them, even the work I've done on the MT-09, they're all out on the channel. Dial up the appropriate, in my channel, the appropriate bike. The videos come up, I know, and thank you to everybody who made nice comments saying that they've used those videos to their advantage, or been inspired to paint something or polish something or do something, because in the end, guys, the one thing we share is the passion for motorcycles. And thanks so much for watching.